So we're going to go over some best practice wrap-ups. We're going to hand it back to Katie. She's going to talk about those amazing sign-up incentives and other things that you can do to get some cool bonuses. But remember, train your staff. What does that mean? Utilize the training that Cherry offers, but also have a day in your office where you bring pizza in or salads and train the staff. Go through mock consultations. How are you going to bring up Cherry? How are you going to talk about it if someone says, oh, what happens if I don't pay? Or what happens if I use a credit card? Have them fill out, the online portal and mess with the, okay, what is the estimator going to be, so that people are familiar with it. If I am acting weird, or if I'm not confident, or I'm kind of skittish, I'm telling you, that is infused into that room energy, and that person gets it, right? I was listening to someone today and she's like, when you need a sale and you're like, oh my gosh, I need this, I need this, I need this, that is very off-putting. But when you can lean back and be relaxed and just walk people through it because you know it inside and out, it gets the other person to want to lean in. So we have to have that type of energy of calm, of confidence, and I know what's going on. And this, again, is where people sometimes are like, this is so silly. I know this. I've heard this before. But my question is, are you doing it, right? Because anything worth doing is worth doing right. And every single day, there are things that Botify can do better. And as a leader, that's my role if I want an incredible organization, to keep pushing us, to keep leveling up, to saying, yes, I've heard this a million times, but what am I going to do about it today so that my organization can be a reflection of all the best practices out there? We are going to scream it from the mountaintops. So we are going to have it on our website, on our text messages. When we answer the phone, we're going to say you called the right place. When we talk about the console, we'll be like, oh my gosh, and we'll go everything over CoolSculpting. We'll show you before and afters. We'll talk about the investment. We can chat about financing if you want to do it. So be very open and clear that there is a way forward for people, because every single person that walks through the door is concerned about price. I promise you. You're going to have it in your emails. If you are doing sales, you are going to have it. If you do reminder follow-ups for people who did not buy during a consult, you're going to remind them that they can move forward with Cherry. We're going to mention it during the presentation, both before you get into the presentation and then also before that closing question. If we can, let's put it in one of those intake forms so it can just be top of mind, and that your salesperson has an easier time bringing it up by simply saying, I saw that you didn't know, or I saw that you did know we offer financing. Would you like to hear a little bit more about it? In the follow-up reminders, we have to be proactive. And of course, we need to check people out with Cherry before we check them in. So that way, if there's ever any issues, you can get on top of it and you don't sit there at the end of the day being like, I'm not going to get paid. This person is frustrated and there's no solution, because nobody wants that. It's a really yucky experience, both for you and for the client. And what I will say is that people remember how you make them feel, not what you do or say. And I know I talked about a lot of tangibles of why we like Cherry, but let's be honest, just like with Botify, there's a boatload of CoolSculpting providers out there, and there's a boatload of other financing partners, but it's about how Cherry makes you feel. It's about how Cherry makes me feel, right? Maybe their approval is similar to someone else's. I would never even consider it, and I am loyal to them because how they show up, how they make me feel, their innovation, their nimbleness, their adaptability, and what they continue to do, not once when they sign you up, but day after day after day, to remind you that you are important to them, that they care about us, that they listen, and that they truly want to give you the tools and the resources to be successful so that you can do what you do best, which is get your clients exceptional outcomes.